It's chapter 12 this week in John's Gospel. Actually, it's the end of chapter 11 as well. I think we're going from 11:55, and that's appropriate because 11 and 12 really they bleed into each other. They are one together. These chapters. And last week we saw, didn't we, the raising of Lazarus. Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life." And then Jesus proved that as he went to a grave and said, "Lazarus, come out." And Lazarus, who had been very dead, very, very dead, 4 days dead, was reunited with his two sisters. Chapter 12, this week's study, deals with the results of that mind-blowing sign. How do you respond to such a mind-blowing sign as last week? I mean, it so far in John's Gospel, that's a sign of signs, isn't it? I mean, last week Jesus said, "I'm going to do this to reveal glory." He said, "I'm going to do this so that people believe." He said, "I'm going to do this so that you know I really can give eternal life, bring people from death to life." Now, keep those ideas in your head as we head into this week's passage. Glory, belief, and life and death. And last week ended with some positive responses, didn't it? Sure enough, there were positive responses to the raising of Lazarus, but there were also the most hostile responses that we have seen so far in the Gospel. Do you remember last week's study ending with the words, "From that time onwards, they made plans to put Jesus to death"? We should be celebrating after last week's sign, but actually, last week's sign was also Jesus signing his own death sentence. How can that be? What on earth are we to make of that? How can the life giver die? Why is the one who brings life so triumphantly, like we saw last week, going to get killed? Surely that is a mistake. Surely God's out of control. And surely this is even more of a worry because, in a sense, this is the climax of Jesus' public ministry. We're finishing the first half of John's Gospel right now. After our studies tonight, Jesus is ending his public ministry. He's about to speak in private for the rest of the time with his disciples. He hides himself. He will continue to chat and minister with his disciples, but from now on, the light of the world is not walking in public. So at the climax of Jesus' public ministry, off the back of the most incredible life-giving sign, we have the most hostile response to Jesus so far. The life giver will die. What on earth is going on? And how are we to respond knowing that? Enjoy your time in John chapter 12 this week.